Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. In today's video we are going to be going over some must-haves for Vanilla Plus if you're looking for a Vanilla Plus server, or some mods that just enhance your world ever so slightly. So with that being said, subscribe if you're new, but we're going to jump right into it. And the first one we're actually going to jump into is right on the, top left corner. We have the Minimap mod. So this is just a simple minimap that allows you to just kind of see where you're going, see what's in the nearby, area. So if you're going over by a village, which you can see on the map, I am just slowly flying through there. I'm using Z to actually click the, the actual expand button. So it's expanding the map. There's a whole bunch of these out there. I think this is the Zenith one, which is actually very useful, and it doesn't reveal a whole lot of what you're seeing. Some of the other ones, when you get underground, they'll actually reveal what all the caves are and make it a little bit overpowered, but this one is not to that degree. So if you're looking for a simple one, this is the one I recommend. But with that being said, let's jump into our next one, which is going to be the nice little inventory slot for an Elytra. So if I go ahead and grab some armor, so let's just say we have some full iron armor, and I go ahead and get a Elytra, put that on, and then I can actually put in this slot, well actually it didn't go because I'm in creative, I can actually put, oh wait, right here, it's right here. So there's a little slot for the Elytra, as you can see in the back there, which allows you to actually have a chest plate and use the Elytra like normal. This just allows you to hold more armor. I mean, it really, I think if you're playing, with your friends and it's a very casual server, this is a very, very useful mod. Doesn't require, allows you to just not die as much in reality. But yeah, so with that being said, let's jump into our next one. So the next few mods that we are going to look at are actually, first here, I'm actually have to put myself into survival to get the full effect. But it's just a simple tree feller mod. This changes everything. And this is actually technically two mods. It is a tree feller. Ooh, my auto jump is on. But it is a tree feller and also a fast leaf removal. So you don't have to sit and wait for saplings, and it takes forever. Just speeds up the game ever so slightly. Speeds up those first, few days. And also if you're grinding a ton of wood, makes it very useful. But the next one, so those were two of them. The next one is actually, this involves this furnace here. Let's just say I have wood, so I'm going to make some charcoal. Grab some wood. Let's go like this. So what this is, it's a little bit faster furnace. So it's not super fast, but it is just a little bit. You can actually adjust it using some commands on the actual mod. It tells you how to do it. And by the way, all these mods are linked down below, and you can download them at your leisure, add the ones you like at any point. But yeah, so this one's ever so slightly, and as you can see, this is the GUI for everything on the side there. But yeah, so it's ever so slightly faster, allows you to just speed up, those little grinding moments, the beginning for sure, that makes it so grindy. But if that's what you want in Minecraft, then go for it. So the next one, and this will show off a little bit of the map as well, but this is a LightAura effect. So as you can see, as I'm walking with a torch, so I can actually have it in my offhand, and if I don't have it, it becomes dark. So this is a LightAura effect, and I really like this. This just adds a whole bunch more, and also if I ever go mining in a cave, I can actually see where I'm mining. So it's just a very simple mod, and I think it adds just that much more. If you want to carry a lantern or something, make it look fancy, you can easily do so. And it doesn't add a whole lot to the game, but adds just enough to where it makes your life a little bit easier. You don't have to use thousands of torches in the caves. But with that being said, let's go into our next few mods here, and I'll see you over there. Alrighty, in this next little segment, we have quite a few to actually unpack. Starting off, we got our little campfire here, a little campsite. A simple one is just sitting on slabs or sitting on the actual chairs. This just allows you to have that, back into the chair, allow you to have that little bit of, sitting down. If you have like role play style, this is definitely useful. You can sit at tables, you can talk, you can do a whole bunch of little things like that, and also make it aesthetically pleasing. But this is just a very, very simple mod, and I think it is a good one to add to your Vanilla Plus server. let me know what you guys think on that one. But our next one, coming over here, grab any style hoe, and you can actually harvest. Now you can set it up to where you can only harvest one, but it will replant the crop below, but it will just be a right-clicked, and it works on sugarcane, works on everything, you know, wheat, whole bunch of stuff. So if you want to harvest your farm quickly, and I think it actually harvests in a 9x9, so it goes all the way around, as you can see if I were to do that. So it will harvest all around, makes it a little bit quicker. Basically just adds it, you know, farming isn't as grindy in the game. But let me know what you guys think on that one. It doesn't work on flowers, doesn't work on actual grass, so it doesn't help you in that front. The next one I think is probably the best quality of life mod you can get. So jumping in here, I know it's loud. These villagers love to be loud. But if you go inside the villager, you got your trade. But if you see this, you can cycle the trade. So you can actually, if you're looking for mending, you know, I could cycle this trade. Oh, there's Unbreaking 3. I would save this villager. But you can cycle it as many times as you want until you get what you want, and then you can actually just trade with them to lock it in like you would normally in any trade. But you don't have to sit there and break the actual stand, and it works on all villagers, as you can see. This guy doesn't have a huge amount of trades, but it's a little bit simpler, and it adds just so much more, you know, saves you so much time in the game, makes it to where you don't have to have a whole villager trading hall that takes you hours to set up. You can just do it in a matter of minutes. So, you know, and just to show you, works on all of them. This is a farmer, so obviously farmers don't have a lot of choices in the beginning, but yeah, you can see that. Only works at the beginning though of their trade cycles, because obviously once you lock in a trade, it is, you know, done. So jumping into the next one, if I actually make it rain, so weather, rain, this mod actually just makes the rain look a little better. It doesn't look as bad. Adds a little bit of fog, just the aesthetically pleasing around. As you can see, it's a little foggy, you know, kind of what the rain is. When the rain splashes up, it'd make this, you know, type of style. In a hot area, it would definitely make that. But it just doesn't look as bad, and you know, you don't have to toggle downfall or sleep through the weather as bad. You know, this is very, very usable, user-friendly, and overall I think it is just a very, very simple mod. But let me clear that weather for you guys just so you can see. One of the last mods I have for you today is actually just a fast load mod. So as you can see, I'm flying. My FPS is going to drop just a little bit because it's my actual computer that's slowing down the process. But what it does is it loads those chunks faster. So it allows you to just, yeah, as you can see, normally you'd get one at a time, but it is loading 4, you know, multiple chunks at a time where you're walking. Yeah, so it's a little bit quicker. It is something that if you're flying with an Elytra, which I think is actually the best way to show this off, put that on. Grab some fireworks. You're flying with an Elytra, and you're flying very fast, and let's say you're exploring a whole bunch of land. Well, this just makes it so you actually keep up, and it doesn't actually go away. And as you can see, I am catching up a little bit to it, but it is loading so much faster. You can kind of mess with it in the settings, but as you can see, it does load just a little bit faster. And it doesn't let you just go into those whole chunks. A little bit, but not too bad. It does load faster, trust me. It's better than what Minecraft version is. It also stops you from lagging back in like a server. If you've ever played with Realms or a server, it won't lag you back with your Elytra, and you know, you lose all your momentum, which is a huge help, and I think that has always been a negative in the servers. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and if you have, please hit that subscribe button down below and comment down below what your guys' favorite is, and if you would add this to your Vanilla Plus server. And I will see you guys all in the next video. Bye-bye.